Hello everybody, this is Fronto Bob here and welcome to race number 8 of the 2020-21 NROL Goldfish Truck Series season. This is the MBTA Triple Truck Challenge race number 1. It is the first of 3 races in a little challenge thing. That's why it's called the Triple Truck Challenge. It's an interesting challenge. Well, it's a challenge to see, you know, who can get some cash prize. So let me explain. So there's going to be a 3-race little thing where the top 4 drivers who finished, the top 4 finishing drivers from the previous race can go on into the next race and race for a bonus cash prize. This isn't points or anything, this is just for cash. So the top 4 finishers from the previous race at Daytona have qualified for the MBTA Triple Truck Challenge for this race, and the highest finishing driver of those 4 qualifiers will earn the bonus cash prize. And also, the top 4 finishing drivers from this race will qualify for the MBTA Triple Truck Challenge in a few days, the following race after this one. So, this race should be a rather interesting one even without the challenge, because this track, this is Hillside International Raceway. It's a pretty treacherous track. I was actually doing a recording for this one, which turned out to be a flop because I messed up some things, but in the little attempt that I did, it definitely showed how much of a treacherous track that Hillside is. Also, you may notice purple walls. That's right, as a bit of extra specialty for the MBTA Triple Truck Challenge. All 3 tracks that we'll be going to on this trip will all have walls that are painted purple. And that's because, you know, MBTA is the main sponsor of this whole challenge thingy-majiggy, and the primary colors of MBTA is purple, so that's why we painted the walls purple. And of course, MBTA is from Massachusetts, and the next 3 races on this challenge will all be located in the state of Massachusetts. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see who can take home the cash prize for today, who can win it all. So how about we just get right to business and give you the starting grid of this race. So in the pool for this one is Derek Cross, alongside second is Todd Gilliland, third is Johnny Sauter, fourth is Zane Smith, fifth is Brett Moffitt, sixth is William Seaman, seventh is Ryan Truex, eighth is Austin Hill, ninth is Zach Little, 10th is Marshall Burrow, 11th is Gabe Ladowny, 12th is Stuart Friesen, 13th is John Hunter Nemechek, 14th is Spencer Davis, 15th is Chase Dunbar, 16th is Adam Garcia, 17th is Christian Vargas, 18th is Mitchell Collins, 19th is Paul Jackson, 20th is Logan Cole, 21st is Rafael Lasarn, 22nd is Ben Rhodes, 23rd is Sheldon Creed, 24th is Matt Crafton, 25th is Tristan Eckes, 26th is Sheldon Smith, 27th is Isaac Nordic, 28th is Cody Quillen, 29th is Tom Majeski, 30th is Grant Anfiger, 31st is Jordan Anderson, 32nd is Tyler Ankrum, 33rd is Chase Purdy, 34th is Brad Poole, 35th is Tate Fogelman, 36th is Austin myself, 37th is Tanner Gray, 38th is Nelly Decker, 39th is Spencer Boyd, 40th is Corbin Forrester, 41st is Cody Robaugh, and 42nd is Angelica Rush. Alright. So the usual stacked field. And you may have noticed there's a bit of a thing, and I can actually show this on Austin Hill's truck, which isn't too far down the field. So he's got, the first thing you may notice, he's got an M in his name. That is to mark that he is eligible for the bonus cash prize with the Triple Truck Challenge. You also notice that he's got a T, purple spoiler, and the T logos on his spoiler. Again, that is to indicate he is eligible for the trip. Yeah. So all 4 drivers that qualified for this challenge finished in the top 4 in the last race at Daytona. Anyway, now it's time to get this race underway. Pace truck pulls on the pit road, and green flag is in the air for the MBTA Triple Truck Challenge race number 1 at Hillside. Todd Gilliland going low, and the field over going absolutely nuts. And Zane Smith trying to keep up as well in second, and there's already a bit of an incident from behind. Oh man, the race only just started and the caution is already up. Who's going to win the race back to the line? It's going to be Todd Gilliland, but Zane Smith is going to barely edge him out. But caution is going to be out. We have a lap number 1 crash. Oh man, that was fast. Yep, the race only just started and now we are already under caution for the first time today. Yeah. Meanwhile, Austin Hill, I guess it's worth mentioning, he's currently leading for the cash prize, but we'll check on that later on in the race. But At this very moment, oh dear, we're under caution already, and the race has only just started. You saw it in the back end though, so now we're going to get a close look and see what actually happened to bring out this caution. And it looks like it involved Cody Robaugh, who was way far back. I don't know how. Oh my goodness! Wait. Okay, so these guys at the very tail end of the field had their own little kerfuffle, but that was actually because of the kerfuffle that was happening up front. So Cody Robaugh, I think he got into some kind of big. Yeah. Okay, there you go. Wow, oh man. All the background is actually getting crunched up. I think John Nemechek actually got the worst of this. In fact, he was actually the one that, well, got involved in the crash that started. You can see what happened there. We'll look at it in just a moment, but just from this you can see what actually happened about this caution. A number of trucks involved. Man, oh man. That's going to be quite the deal for the trucks that got involved in this accident, which happened on the very first lap of the race. So now let's analyze the crash in a bit more detail. So John Nemechek, of course, was the one that brought the caution, but what happened here is that he just got too close to Gatelin Downey on the high line, and ultimately just lost control of his truck, and 46 was there as well, and it was just a whole wad of trucks, and John Nemechek just had no more control and had nowhere to go and had no choice but to just crash into whatever he could, and all the trucks, of course, get involved. Well, Ben Rose, Clark, Jordan Anderson. And the backgrounders as well, Cody Robaugh, Angelica Rush, and Corbin Forrester to an extent also got involved in this crash. Well, a lap 1 accident, not the first time that we've seen one of those, but it has now happened today at the start of this race. Cody Robaugh, he's gonna have to be towed back to the garage. Also, William Siemens up here. This will actually give me an opportunity for me to talk about him for a little bit. So, he actually didn't take part in the race at Daytona, and that was because he had some problems in qualifying. Not really sure what it was. Some say he blew an engine, others say just other things went on. I'm not really too sure, but William Siemens ultimately did not race at Daytona because of problems before the race. And it seems, what the heck is going on? It seems now this isn't over. Now Chase Dunbar has some problems. He already got it messed up in the crash earlier, and now apparently the field's trying to get back together, and now somehow Chase Dunbar just went too far down, then caught up by Am Garcia somehow. And then they both just... oh dear, the two Nintendo trucks getting into it with each other. Not a very smart move, especially under caution. I mean, this is caution. We're supposed to be going at a limited speed, so this way we can reset the field and get back to racing. I think I missed on the thingy. Okay, I'm not really sure what's going on. And yes, I was going through it now. That's the thing. So, a few trucks having to come onto pit road due to their involvement in the accident. Yeah. So I guess to name the drivers that are actually taking part in the Triple Truck Challenge, so you got Austin Hill, Ryan Truex, along with Matt Crafton, and I forget the fourth one. And Rafael Asar. Oh yeah, he's also running in the thing. Was it Rafael Asar? I think he is. Yeah, Rafael. Yeah, Rafael Asar. I did do this before. I can check. Yeah, Rafael Asar. He's actually running in 19th. So, yeah. And I should mention again, this Triple Truck Challenge has no implications on the actual championship. It's just a bonus cash prize for the drivers. Okay. So with that in mind, I guess we'll skip a lap. And here we go with the bit where drivers, except for Cody Robaugh, seems line up and get ready for the restart. Took a couple laps actually. I mean, the cars came on lap number 1, we're on lap number 5. And I haven't even seen a full green flag lap of racing, so let's hope now we will see that. Green flag racing. So here's Ben Rhodes and Chase Dunbar coming up here. Actually, Austin Hill currently the leading driver in the challenge. Never mind that. We'll worry about that later on in the race. time being, though, we will focus on the front runners. The front runner is about to pick up speed once again as the pace track is about to pull off. Todd Gillen going to lead them off this time by. And green flag back in the air at Hillside. Ooh, Cody Robaugh actually came up at the very last second. What the heck is up with Cody Robaugh? He got a flying start, but so does Zane Smith. Is going to go beneath Todd Gillen, and Zane Smith now trying to contend for a lead. And there it goes. Zane Smith got the superior launch compared to Todd Gillen, and Zane Smith going to move his way up to the lead at Hillside. It looks like Todd Gillen might lose another spot as Derek Krause with him up William Seaman now trying to get around. Look at that. Ooh, Derek Krause a little bit loose, but they went side by side for second place. And even Johnny Sawyer trying to get a piece of this action. This is insane. And now they are all stacked together on the bottom lane. William Seaman trying to force the issue beneath Derek Krause, but Derek Krause not budging. And, oh man, almost contact. That could have been very bad. They're going to lose a little speed, but Todd Gillen going to hold them all for now. And Derek Krause now trying to get away from William Seaman. He does not want to deal with this saltry right now. Meanwhile, Spencer Boyd coming up as well. Oh no, Brett Moffitt coming up for the field. Got those two confused. Alright, but high-speed racing is now on as Derek Krause trying to keep up with Todd Gillen, but Zane Smith is going to succeed the field for now. And Zane Smith with the lead at Hillside. Once again, though, Derek Krause trying to find a way around Todd Gillen, although he's going to back up a little bit. Like, it is pretty early on in the racing. These drivers do not want to make the same mistake that the other guys did just at the start of this race. But Zane Smith leads them off, or leads them, you know what I mean. Already we're coming up on some lap traffic. That's going to be interesting for these guys to have to put up with. Zane Smith leads them for now. Oh, they're getting a little bit stacked up though for the lead. Todd Gillen trying to find a way around Zane Smith for that lead. And very slow lap trucks. These guys got involved in the accident. It's going to be interesting to see the front runners get around them. And Zane Smith having a bit of a hard time getting around Ben Rhodes. Save the whole field. Now the whole field's now getting stacked up. Hopefully they can make it through for now though. And Zane Smith back to the lead. Well, certainly, he never lost it. There's another lap truck that they're about to catch up to. The action is happening so fast I can hardly talk right. It's been a hot minute since I last did one of these races, I should say. First race back in a month. It's actually been a few weeks since I recorded the last race, so if I'm a bit rusty, then I do apologize. It's been a little bit of time. Anyway, the top 5 actually running pretty close together, but it seems it's pretty difficult to pass. That being said, however, Zane Smith had a ballistic move on the start of the race to get him on Todd Gillen, but Zane Smith has now held the lead ever since the restart. Now they're coming up to another slower truck of Brendan Poole. We'll see how much the lapped down vehicles impact this race. Maybe we'll also know just a little bit back. Also know one of the drivers who is competing for the bonus cash prize. And one thing that's worth mentioning, if Austin Hill could finish in the top 4, or any of the MBTA drivers finish in the top 4, then they can compete for even more cash next week, or a few days, I should say, in the case of when these races are being uploaded. Anyway, Zane Smith leads it for now, trying to keep up with Brendan Poole and overtake him, as these leaders, I mean, who does like being held up by a lap car? So Zane Smith, of course, has led every single lap ever since the restart. But it's going to be interesting to see how they can get around Brendan Poole. Zane Smith, rookie driver for GMS Racing. I haven't really talked about Zane Smith too much this season. This is really the first race of this season that I've really said much about Zane Smith. Brendan Poole is actually doing somewhat of a decent job at staying ahead of this pack. Maybe Brendan Poole is genuinely trying to not go a lap down. But the front field is inching closer and closer to Brennan Poole. Oh man, what's this? Implications on the race. Zane Smith trying to go high to get around Brennan Poole, but that has allowed Todd Gilliland to go to the inside. Now they're going side by side for the lead, and Todd Gilliland now in a battle with Zane Smith. And it looks like that Zane Smith, who trying to find a way around Brennan Poole. Oh no! Whoa, okay, they're still going side by side. Never mind. Forget everything I just said. But they're still going at it for the lead. Oh, but looks like that. Oh man, Todd Gilliland can't quite get to him. However, William Seaman, now trying to get around Derek Kraus. William Seaman trying to make a comeback after missing the last race in the series. It seems the front runner is actually having a bit of a hard time trying to get up to Brennan Poole. It's kind of weird. Brennan Poole, he was running slowly, and then now as soon as the front runners catch up to him, Brennan Poole is now suddenly as fast as the rest of the field is. Weird. With that in mind, however, Zane Smith continuing to try to find a way around Brennan Poole. Now he's got a bit of a distance between him and Todd Gilliland, so it's going to be interesting to see if Zane Smith can get around Brennan Poole here. Another thing worth mentioning, one thing that all these trucks have in common is that, what am I trying to say here? Is that they all are white trucks with yellow numbers. Or I should say neon numbers. There goes Zane Smith trying to find a way now below Brennan Poole. Man, it's never been so difficult to overtake a lapped down truck. And now that is the challenge that Zane Smith has to put up with now for a little while. That being said, the field is pretty quiet now. It is safe to say. Not quite the pack racing that we saw at the start of the race. It's a lot more strung out, and that's probably for the better. Zane Smith's still trying to get around Brennan Poole, although now they're coming up on an even slower lap car, or lap truck, this time Jordan Anderson. So now Zane Smith's going to have 2 lap trucks to put up with. One that's even slower than the one that he's had to stay behind now for all this time. Yeah, I think they're definitely taking their time. And yeah, Zane Smith now having 2 lap trucks to put up with for now. Oh, it looks like Brennan Poole trying to find a way around Jordan Anderson. So now I've got a lap truck racing another lap truck, and actually, somehow Jordan Anderson was ahead of Brennan Poole. However, it looks like now they're gonna have their own little battle. So now you've got a battle for 37th, which is happening right in front of a battle for the lead. So now I've got 2 back markers racing each other, and meanwhile you've got the race itself happening right behind what is a pretty meaningless battle now. For 37th between Brennan Poole. Now he makes his way around Jordan Anderson. And Zane Smith going to follow suit as well. Zane Smith going to try to get around Jordan Anderson as quickly as possible. Oh, Derek Kraus, though, has managed to move his way up through the field. Derek Kraus trying to get to the rear end of Zane Smith. Looks like they're actually... no, they're still struggling to get around Jordan Anderson. And Derek Kraus actually now has a run trying to go below Zane Smith. Bit of about developing out for the lead here. And Derek Kraus now trying to get around Zane Smith. And Derek Kraus goes to the lead. Oh, still not complete yet. Zane Smith trying to stay there. Now William Seaman trying to get a piece of these guys. So Derek Kraus has the lead, but only for now, as William Seaman... Oh, they're single filing out now. And William Seaman has now progressed up to second, and Derek Kraus, who does already have a win on the season, looks like he's trying to go for a second win in this season. So Derek Kraus now leads at Hillside, and William Seaman trying to follow suit from behind. And meanwhile, Brennan Poole has actually pulled out to a bit of a distance now from the leaders, so it looks like all the battle for the lead actually helped Brennan Poole to pull away, but now these leaders might reel in Brendan Poole once again, which will result into yet another battle for, well, sausages. Anyway, Derek Kraus now leads. So it's going to be interesting to see how this one ends up. He's top 2 actually pulling a bit of ground away from the field. Now you're about to get a couple of DMS trucks hanging out with each other. You got Zane Smith and then Brent Mulford right behind him. Oh, meanwhile, once again, Brandon Poole having his own troubles with lap traffic. Now he's trying to get around Ben Rhodes. Oh dear, Ben Rhodes looks like he's going to go get another lap down. And to give credit to Brendan Poole, he's actually done a pretty good job at staying on the lead lap. I mean, he was in a very dangerous position at one point, but now he's actually checking out. Meanwhile, for Ben Rhodes, looks like he might wind up going another lap down. As now the actual race for the lead is now getting up here. We got Derek Kraus, William Seaman. So getting around Ben Rhodes should be less of a problem considering he's slower, but actually, maybe it's gonna be well, okay, here goes Derek Kraus. First one to get around Ben Rhodes. Oh, he's gotta overtake him though before the end of the corner though, because otherwise Derek Kraus can be side by side. That's gonna cause him to lose a little bit of ground. And actually that's allowing William Seaman to catch up to him, and William Seaman looks like he might try to look for the pass on Derek Kraus, although he's gonna lose momentum off the corner thanks to Ben Rhodes. And now, William Seaman has now lost a little bit more ground on Derek Kraus, and that battle for lead has been cancelled by lapped cars, or lapped trucks. So Zane Smith had the lead for a while, but now the race is in favor of Derek Kraus, who took the lead as a result of all the stuff that was going on. What can Derek Kraus do from here? Well, he's in the lead. We're almost at the halfway point in this race. Yeah, the race is going a little bit quiet. Not too much action to report as of yet. Oh, it might have summoned a little bit though. As now Brendan Poole, who has been trying to stay on the lead lap, is now caught with a couple lap cars. This time Cody Robaugh and Corbin Forrester. Another pair of trucks that got involved in the lap 1 accident. Now I think this is for position, by the way, or maybe, let's see. Okay, well, it's not for position on Cody Robaugh, but this is for position on Corbin Forrester. Meanwhile, Brendan Poole has now gotten caught up by the leaders themselves. And Brendan Poole, who tried his hardest to stay on the lead lap, looks like he might finally be going a lap down. And Corbin Forrester really isn't helping him out. And now, ooh, man, it's the battle now for 35th. And the battle for the lead at the same time. 2 battles. And Brendan Poole is going to succeed in getting around Corbin Forrester and keeping the lead. And how about that? Brendan Poole doing a masterful job at keeping his lead in this race. Meanwhile, Corbin Forrester now going very slow, and hopefully by a ton. Man, he's going very slow. Look at this. So slow that the top 2 drivers who had a humongous gap, that gap has now shrunken, and these guys for some reason just cannot get around Corbin Forrester. And here comes another wad of lapped trucks. Man, this has now just come completely into sausages. Wow, for these there, man, for what seemed like forever, the leaders were held up behind Corbin Forrester, and now they're finally getting back up to speed. Derek Kraus was luckily able to keep this lead and all of that, but that did allow Brett Mulford to catch up to the field. And I think Zane Smith is trying to make his way up through here as well, although I haven't seen Zane Smith in a little while. Okay, he's up here. He's trying to get around in lap cars as well. But Derek Kraus holds the lead for the time being. He's still trying to get around lap cars though. Now he's trying to lap Ben Rhodes again. Actually, didn't Ben Rhodes already go a lap down and he just gone away? Maybe. I'm not too sure. No, Brandon Poole, he's been actually a little bit impressive today. Yeah, for all of what's been going on, he hasn't fallen a lap down. It's actually in a bit of a race with the lap, well, with the truck that was just going very slow. You know, Coburn Force is an example of that. Oh, once again, now the top three getting held up by lapped down trucks. This time he's trying to get around Ben Rhodes and Cody Robaugh. And William Seaman now trying to find a way down beneath Derek Kraus. William Seaman getting out of line. Looks like he's trying to find a way around Derek Kraus that might cost him a position instead of help him gain a position. As now William Seaman has now triggered a battle between himself and Brett Moffitt. Wow. I think he was trying to go for the lead. Well, with Dynamite, however, Derek Kraus keeps the lead, and actually this battle for second is kind of helping him out a little bit, although what's not helping him is these lapped down trucks are just going excruciatingly slow. And it looks like Brett Moffitt is actually going to succeed in getting... Nope, they're still battling. No, the battle for second still rages on. I was like Brett Moffitt out of the spot here, although, man, Derek Kraus is still getting held up by these lapped trucks. Man, they have to find a way around them and fast. Yep, this really isn't going anywhere, to be honest. I mean, Brett Moffitt is just stuck there. Okay, well, that was, alright, they just went right down pit road. Looked a little bit dangerous. I was afraid there might have been an accident there, but no. The lapped down trucks have pulled off a pit road, and actually, as a result of that, Derek Kraus takes a clear race right outside the goal. Just okay, well, so much for a clear racetrack. Caution has come out again at Hillside. We've gone quite a few laps since the start of the restart, but we're now under caution once again. It looks like most of us actually come down pit road, so... Oh dear, is it pit road incidents that have now triggered this one? Oh dear. This could change the outcome of the race entirely. Alright, well then, well, before we do that, let's now actually see what happened to bring out this caution. I suspected it was a pit road incident, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see indeed. Okay, let's run for a little bit of a while there. Alright, and now lights are on, so we should now see what actually happened to bring out the ignore that. Okay, well, right. It was Chase Purdy. What the heck happened with Chase Purdy? I don't know what was going on, but he just came down pit road in the worst way possible. I don't know what happened. He just went into the last minute and crashed into the thingies, and with that he took out a couple. Oh my goodness me. Chase Purdy with the worst pit entry I have seen in quite a long time, and he actually managed to take out two trucks at the same time. Well, I mean, he did take out the Trumpmobile, so I'm not really into politics, but I guess maybe the people might be happy that the Trump truck has been taken out as we're in a Democrat state. But politics aside, that was... Let's see that again from an alternative camera angle. Let's see if we can get a good view of it. So he just comes down pit road way too late, and he thinks he can make it up pit road, but first of all, he's not below the white line, which is a very bad news, and then he just crashes right into the safety thingy-majiggies and takes out Tanner Gray. So they got Tanner Gray and also himself with a blown motor. And you've also got Zeki DeLillo who got involved as well, along with Christian Vargas and Sheldon Creed getting a piece of the guy as well. So it looks like these three are going to be able to make it through alright. But as for Chase Purdy and the other two guys, their day might be over. Wow. You can't script that. I have never seen that, at least not in a very long time. Just, You can't do that. That was probably the worst pit entry from a driver at Hillside. I guess I don't know what the story behind Chase Purdy is. I guess this might be his first ever race at Hillside. I mean, the Truck Series hasn't been to Hillside in a little while, but that's no excuse for poor driving. So, with that in mind, I guess now we're going to see pit stops from the leaders and the rest of the field. I just thought we were going to see a waiver round or something, but I guess... I don't know. Hang on, though. That's going to really mess up thingies with the race, because the people that already pitted are likely going to start in front of the leaders. Well, I'm not... Yeah, because they already pitted, so what's going to happen now? Are they going to get, like, the waiver on or something? I guess we'll see. Drivers are going to be held on pit road here. The guy's got his... are people going to see that? No, that's... Okay, never mind. Okay, so Brimhoff actually gets off pit road before thingy. But these guys all pitted. So they're gonna cycle out to the lead? I guess so. And that's gonna ruin the race for these front runners. I mean, you know, Brett Moffitt, Derek Kraus, William Seaman, these guys were all running up front. Never mind. Okay, well, we'll see if the field can sort themselves out this time by. Let's fast forward a little bit to this lap. Also, what's Todd Gildenwell back here? He was up in front. Oh, I see. Well. Okay. So now we have a big wad of trucks ahead of what's actually the race for the lead. And actually, Brett Moffitt actually succeeded Derek Cross off of pit road, but that doesn't really okay, well, this race has just now become completely lopsided due to the things that just happened up pit road. So all the trucks up there, they're actually about to go a lap down. The race for the lead is actually up here with Brett Moffitt, except now what's going to happen here is they're about to contend with a bunch of trucks in front of them. Well, we're going to find a minute as green flag is back in the air at Hillside. The biggest wad of vehicles that we've ever seen. This is a first. And the field's already going absolutely nuts behind as well. 4 wide. 3 wide. It'll be a miracle if they don't wreck. Now the race is going absolutely mad. Trucks absolutely everywhere. But on the flip side, the lead for the battle for the lead is continuing now between Brett Moffitt and Derek Kraus. As now Brett Moffitt has succeeded to get around Derek Kraus, and now these two have to try to get around to the lead. Well, I mean, they're already in the lead. They have to try to find a way around all these trucks here. Okay. Well, somebody hope that this field gets more spread out. It's an absolute mess of trucks. But I guess race officials are going to roll with it. So as Brett Moffitt now is lead, but he's now actually being pushed from behind by Derek Kraus, who's going absolutely nuts there. I'll be surprised we don't have a crash. Meanwhile, the field up front actually having their own little battle. And there's been a spin, but no caution. And now all the leaders are getting pushed to the high line. That's going to allow Marshall Burrell to come below. And Marshall Burrell now going to take the lead in this race. Well, he's still got to contend with some guys on the bottom, although everyone has to contend with somebody in front. Looks like the high line, though, getting slowed up. As Marshall Burrell now trying to get around them. He's got Galen Downey behind him as well. Trying to get around Zach DeLillo. As well, past him. And Marshall Burrow, through all that, has now succeeded and now has taken the lead at Hillside. An absolute crazy race. And here is Matt Crafton running up here in third. Matt Crafton, one of the drivers competing on the MBTA Triple Truck Challenge for this particular race. Right now, Matt Crafton in position not only to get a cash prize, but also qualify for the MBTA Challenge next week. And same for Austin Hill as well. Austin Hill's actually right behind Matt Crafton, gonna get slowed up. Oh no! And Austin Hill overtakes him. Austin Hill now with the best chance to get that cash prize. Meanwhile, up front, Marshall Burrow is now starting to pull away in the field as a whole, starting to get more strung out. And Marshall Burrow now taking the lead. And actually getting a bit of a gap now between him and Galen Downey in second. The field has now become a lot more spread out, which is probably for the best. And Marshall Burrow now out to the lead in Hillside. Less than 20 laps to go. Yeah. Absolutely insane stuff. Ooh, Brennan Poole, or Brett Moff. This guy in the 99 Ben Rhodes looking pretty slow. He's actually about to get lapped by, well, he's now been lapped by Marshall Burrow. But Marshall Burrow, he's surrounded in trucks, and yet he's in the safest position he can be. And meanwhile, some of the slower lap down trucks trying to get around the even slower laps truck of Ben Rhodes. Galen Downey there as well. Galen Downey actually losing time on Marshall Burrow. Galen Downey is the next driver that can actually contend for the win with Marshall Burrow, but he's gonna have to keep going and go fast because he's running out of time. Meanwhile, Austin Hill, he's currently in third, but wants a little bit better than that. He wants more than cash. He wants a victory. But that might be a little bit out of the question, unless something can happen in the next 15 laps. As Marshall Burrow leads with 15 laps to go. How long can Marshall Burrow keep this up for? Up this, you know what I said. A little bit. So Marshall Burrow still out there in front. He's actually losing a little bit of ground. No, not really. As these two up here are trying to get around Zach DeLillo, but DeLillo not really helping the mount here. Yes. Well, it's not so much report for the time being, although Marshall Burrow getting a little bit held up on more lap traffic. I don't know what they were thinking with that restart, but anything goes, I guess. And Marshall Burrow now trying to find a way around Adam Garcia, who's no lap down truck, holding him up a bit. Well, Marshall Burrow, he's got still has a decent lead ahead of the guy in second. So he's still in a pretty good position to win. Oh, there's not really much of a battle for second that I can see. It seems like Galen Downey, for now, has Austin Hill. This has been a rather interesting race, and I'll be interested to see what the Cup Series can offer tomorrow. Yeah. But for now, Marshall Burrow has the lead. And unless another car comes out, Marshall Brewer might have this one in the bank. Man, this race just became completely lopsided when the caution came out. As it had to happen to come out at a pretty bad time. All thanks to Chase Purdy not knowing how to get on the pit road properly. So as a result, Marshall Burrow, who still has the lead, he's currently sitting behind Adam Garcia, but to be honest, he doesn't really need to go that much faster, as he has a pretty good lead between, well, pretty substantial gap between him and Galen Downey. Meanwhile, Matt Crafton looks like he's now stuck behind Brett Moffitt. Matt Crafton, another driver who is trying to get around Brett Moffitt and progress into next week's MBTA Triple Truck Challenge. Because if you finish the best of the MBTA qualified drivers in this race, you will earn that cash prize. But if you finish in top 4, you can go for an even bigger cash prize in the following race. So Arsenal in a pretty good position to do that. But unfortunately for Matt Crafton, he's just one spot away from the top 4. 5 laps to go, or no, 4 laps to go in this race. It looks like it's set in stone now. Galen Downey is actually losing ground. He somehow lost a lot of ground, actually, on Zach DeLillo. I mean, well, DeLillo and Marshall Burrow. So Marshall Burrow looks like he now just cruise on by for another 3 laps. All Marshall Burrow has to do now is just bring it home. What has been quite a treacherous race at Hillside has come down to this. And Marshall Burrow leads them with 2 laps to go. Oh, he's approached a lot of trucks in front of him. Ooh, not now. Although that says he's got a pretty big gap. I don't know what happened. Or what is happening, but Marshall Burrow having to get around some very slow lap trucks. 1 more lap to go in this race. And Marshall Burrow has got a very good lead now. Really hasn't got anyone to worry about. And he has 1 more corner to go. And coming off of the final corner, Marshall Burrow will win the MBTA Triple Truck Challenge race number 1 at Hillside International Raceway. How about that for Marshall Burrow? And you may have noticed also, Matt Crafton has finished inside the top 4. And so Matt Crafton and Austin Hill will both progress into next week's race, and we'll have an opportunity to win an even bigger cash prize than what was already available. Meanwhile, Galen Downey, who now crashes into the wall, it looks like he was actually in contention to possibly, well, at least get something, but no, he's out. But however, Marshall Burrow is the victor of today. How about that? I'm not saying that, but sausages. Alrighty then. Well, that was quite the race. It brings to see how much of a precursor this is to tomorrow's race. In the meantime, let's actually see what happened to Galen Downey, because he was up there in second, and then he blew it. I mean, what happened here? Let's see. I don't know, something just happened. Like, he was up here in second, running just fine. Well, he was actually running a bit slow. I say that. He, for some reason, must have just had a problem in the trunk. I don't know what happened, but he just... After this, he just fell back. Lost all of his positions. All the way back down to 8th. So he fell up contention to compete for next week's MBTA Triple Truck, or next race's MBTA Triple Truck Challenge. I know I keep saying next week. It's not actually next week, but you know what I mean. It's the next race. But Galen Downey, I don't know what happened, but he just fell right off. He just fell right off a cliff after something must have broke. And then he ends the race with a repeat of what happened to Chase pretty earlier, but at least this was after the race was actually over, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter now. Would have been better if Chase Purdy waited up until this point to do this in more pre-race scuffling. Anyway, Marshall Burrow, that was your winner for today. So, with that in mind, your finishing grid, Marshall Burrow wins, Austin Hill comes home second, Brent Moffitt third, and Matt Crafton comes home in fourth. So, Austin Hill is ultimately the highest finishing MBTA driver. So Austin Hill will take this week's MBTA cash prize, or this race's MBTA cash prize. But at the same time, also, since he finished top 4, he will have an opportunity to compete for even more money in the following race. And same thing goes for Matt Crafton. No cash prize for Crafton to take because he didn't finish, but at least Matt Crafton will have a second attempt next race. Again, let's confused. So, considering the rest of the field, Stuart Friesen comes home in 5th, Paul Jackson 6th, William Seaman in 7th, Galen Downey 8th, Grant Anfinger 9th, Derek Cross 10th, Chris Neck is 11th, T. Fogelman at 12th, and Ryan Trix in 13th, and Rev Elisar. These two guys finished by each other, so Ryan Trix and Rev Elisar, these two finished outside the top 4, so better luck next time for them. No cash prize this time round. Spencer Davis comes home in 15th, with Chandler Smith in 16th, Cody Copeland at 17th, Tyler Ankerman 18th, Spencer Boyd 19th, Brendan Poole in 20th, Zane Smith 21st, Logan Cole 22nd, Johnny Sawyer 23rd, Isaac Norrick 24th, Tom McGinty 25th, Adam Garcia 26th, Zach DeLillo 27th, Nelly Decker 28th, Christian Vargas 29th, Jordan Anderson 30th, Mitchell Collins 31st, Corbin Forster 32nd, Chase Dunbar 33rd, Todd Gillen 34th, Angelica Rush 35th, Cody Robel in 36th, Ben Rhodes in 7th, Southern Creek 8th, Tanner Gray 9th, Austin Wayne Self in 40th, Chase Purdy 41st, and John Hunter Nemechek in 42nd. So, that is the first of 3 races for the NBA Triple Truck Challenge, but I will say today was definitely an interesting race, and it will definitely be interesting to see what happens tomorrow in the Cup Series. But that is all for today. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for everybody. The NROL season is back, and hopefully will continue all the way until the season's conclusion. And I will see you in whatever I make next.